And today we've come here to show you the capabilities Jira Service Desk offers and how it helps IT teams to be more flexible and collaborative than ever before. And for this demonstration, please welcome Kyle, our great pre-sales from our London office. Over to you, Kyle.
Hi, Anthony. Thanks for the introduction. Hi, everybody else. I hope you're all well. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us for this Valiantis ITSM webinar. Today, we will be doing a brief demonstration around Jira Service Desk and the functionality it brings to your environment. We will begin with an overview of the solution, followed by a demonstration, and finally a Q&A session. To start, let's give you an overview of what Jira Service Desk is. Jira Service Desk is one of Atlassian's flagship platforms. Atlassian has taken all the ITIL processes and chosen only the most important ones to use in their Service Desk offering right out of the box. Those processes are incident, problem, and change management, as well as service requests. Jira Service Desk benefits hugely from the seamless integration with the rest of the Atlassian stack. Some of the more important ones to note would be Jira Software and Confluence. You will see these during the demonstration. Another notable point is the ease of use directly out of the box, allowing you to set up Service Desk instances and start working almost instantly. It is freely available to download and use for 30 days across server and data center, and 14 days for Atlassian's cloud infrastructure. It's fully customizable and can be made to work according to your internal processes and workflows. Built-in automation also makes working with Service Desk easy. Some key takeaways from the Atlassian Service Desk are, as mentioned to you, the ability to automate processes, giving you more time to work on what's important. The integration of Atlassian Service Desk with other Atlassian tools, especially Confluence as a knowledge base used for self-service. Strict SLA management, allowing you to keep track of response and resolution times, as well as reports on SLA goals, and the ability to collaborate with key people in the organization, from end users to managers, all the way through to your dev team. Okay, let's jump into the demonstration and take a look at how this great product looks and works. If you have any problems, as Anthony mentioned, please let us know throughout the demonstration by using the chat box. Through this demonstration, I'm going to show you Service Desk from an end user's perspective, how the tools integrate together. Further on, we'll take a look at the agent's view of how the ticket processes through a workflow. For the purpose of this demonstration, Vincent will be our client or end user, and I will be the agent. In this webinar, we will be covering Jira Service Desk, Jira Software, and Confluence from a knowledge-based perspective, as well as touching lightly on one of Atlassian's many add-ons, Insight Asset Management. In saying that, I think we can start with the demonstration. As you can see, this is the login screen to the end user or customer portal. As you would have noticed, I've logged in using Vincent's credentials. He will be the end user today. What you are seeing here is what Atlassian calls the Help Center. This is the parent portal that allows all Service Desk projects to be viewed through one URL. In essence, the portal of portals. In Help Center, you can see multiple Service Desks listed. This is useful when different departments in an organization need to collaborate across platforms and share knowledge and information with each other. Let's take a look at IT Service Management. If you have seen Jira Service Desk before, you might notice it looks a little different. The screen layout, background, colors, font, and many other variables can be fully customizable to suit your requirements. The most prominent takeaway would be the large search bar in the middle of your screen. This is Atlassian's Confluence platform integrated into the Service Desk to give end users the ability to search for a resolution to their issue before creating a support ticket. If I type my query into the search bar, You can see any articles and issues that relate to my query. Let's take a look at one of the articles. The integration is seamless, and you can view the information published in your Confluence knowledge base directly out of your service desk. If the article solves the end user's problem, they can let the agent know by rating the article on the bottom of the page. This information is used in reporting at a later stage. Let's try that again. If I type problem into my search bar, you have already seen what the knowledge base article looks like. Let's take a look at an issue. As you might be aware, there are multiple ways of creating a ticket. You can choose a relating issue through the search bar, or you can find the issue relating to your query below. As you can see, Service Desk groups issues by request type, making it easier for end users to find an issue pertinent to their request. Let's create a ticket relating to a service going down in the end user's environment. For the purpose of this demo, we will use Adobe Acrobat Reader as a service. You can see when creating a request, there are specific fields that need information entered into them. These screens can be customized to show information the agent feels necessary in order to best assist. Some fields can be made mandatory before the form can be completed. If I try and complete it, you will see that there is still information that has been set to mandatory. As you can see, the ticket has been created, listing all the information I have just entered. You have the ability to enter further information in the comments section or the attachments area, as well as share this ticket with some of your colleagues. If we click on the Requests tab at the top of the screen, you will see the ability to view a log showing all requests made by that specific end user. You can categorize these according to the author, the request type, or the status of these requests. You also have the ability to export this information if required, and that is pretty much a view of how the end user logs a support ticket. Let's view the same ticket through an agent's view. Here we have the agent's view of Jira. This might be familiar to some of you who have used Jira before. As you can see, when we log in, it takes us directly to our dashboard. We will come back to this at a later stage. Let's look at the ticket created by the end user. This is the same ticket as generated by the end user. You would have noticed there's a lot more information around the issue than what the end user has entered. If we look at the layout, you will see SLA times that pertain to the issue. These SLAs can be modified and set in line with your internal processes. Different SLAs can be applied to different workflows, set to update when a workflow is transitioned through the various stages or statuses. We can also have the SLA stop, start, or pause if we are waiting for another party to add additional information. We also have the ability to assign the ticket to different users, as well as other users that should be included in the process as watchers on the issue. By adding a user as a watcher, they will then be notified of any progression of the ticket through its workflow. You will also see the knowledge base integration as integrated into the agent's view of the issue, showing articles that might assist him in rectifying the end user's problems. He will have the ability to create new content or search the content base directly from the ticket. Agents can also share articles to the customer directly from the ticket. If we share an article and comment with the end user, Share the ticket. You will see the status and SLA, time to first response, update. Agents can then comment internally to other users should they require assistance from their colleagues. These tickets are then only viewable by other watchers or Jira users. You will also see all the information provided by the end user when the ticket was created, listing the issue type, the status of this ticket, and the business service that has been affected. Note the running status of the service. Let's look at a workflow. Looking at the workflow, you can see how the ticket moves through the various phases or statuses as they are known, from the creation of your ticket through support, and finally to a closed or resolved state. This is an out-of-the-box ITIL incident workflow, but can be modified to suit your needs, or you could build a brand new one altogether. Workflows can be applied to one or many different issue types by grouping workflows into workflow schemas. Let's start the process by moving the ticket from its open state to a work in progress. You will see it asks you to define the priority this ticket has in accordance with the effect it is having on the end user's system. As you can see, when we start the process, the ticket is automatically updated to show a work in progress. You will also note the business service listed in the incident has moved from running to incident in progress. In doing so, the end user is also notified with the update and comments. As you can see, the end user is now aware the work is in progress and can view the comments sent by the agent. As the agent works through the issue, he might require assistance from a colleague. He can simply assign that ticket to somebody or create a new ticket and link it to the current one. Let's create a ticket that has a link simply by clicking on More and then Create Linked Issue. You will see you can define what issue type the ticket relates to, how it is linked to the current issue, causes, duplicates, approves, blocks, etc., as well as the ability to add any further information you feel would be important for your colleagues to assist. Once the ticket is created, you will note this under Issues Links. Let's just open that in another tab. There are various levels of automation that can be built into the service desk. To give you a quick example, I will clone the problem ticket that I've just created by clicking More and Clone. As you can see, you have the ability to change the summary of the ticket as well as pass on any links that should be applicable to the ticket in question. This automation is to show that if there is duplication on tickets, we can automate the resolution of these. By resolving one of the linked issues, you will see how the linked issue is automatically updated to show the same status. I just run through the workflow, start the resolution, and resolve the ticket. As you can see, the status has become resolved. By moving back to our other clone ticket, you will see the status is still in open. The automation rule usually takes a couple of seconds to kick in. Let me refresh the page once or twice and we will see what it does. Sorry, as I mentioned prior, it does take a couple of seconds to kick in. There we go. As you can see, the linked issue has now been resolved without working through the workflow. This is mentioned in the resolution, abandoned from registration, as this is a duplicate ticket. In the issue links, you can also see any of the tickets that have been resolved automatically. This automation rule only applies to the problem tickets that were cloned. We can, of course, build this automation in at many different levels and automate many different things. Let's complete the work on the incident in progress. We have found a resolution and the service is back up and running. We now need to update the end user accordingly. We work this ticket through its workflow to a resolved. We have come up with a solution. Service is fixed and running. Please test. That customer now gets the feedback and he has the ability to test the service. The customer is updated that the service has been resolved and has been asked to test the service. The customer tests the service and the service is running. He then comments back to the agent that the service is up and running. The agent now has the ability to close the ticket. You will see throughout the workflow, the SLAs are updated according to what status we are set in. Time to first response was updated from our initial comment. Time to resolution was updated when we resolved the service being down. And by closing the ticket, the final status, the final SLA has also been updated. As you can see, the end user has also commented on the ticket and stated that the service is up and running, which gives the agent the ability to close the ticket. Now that I've shown you how a ticket is raised by an end user and processed by an agent, I would like to share some key functional points. Let's start by looking at queues. When looking at queues, you will notice the ability to categorize issues according to many different factors. Some of these include issue type, change, problem, etc., SLA, SLA breached, at risk, etc., or the ticket status, assigned to me, open, etc. Queues can be customized and created using the JQL language or Jira query language, giving you the option to categorize your queues by any field or value used in Jira. Likewise with reports. Reports show information pertaining to the different variables related to issues in your system. Some reports available out of the box are workload, SLA goals, as well as customer satisfaction responses. You also have the ability to report on your knowledge base, how effective these articles are, and the usage of these articles from the self-service portal. Just like queues, customers can create custom reports using the JQL language. Simply by typing in your query here, you will then build a filter which will be applied to your report. And finally, we have dashboards. You might be slightly confused between the difference when it comes to dashboards and reports. Reports are based on historic data, while a dashboard will give you live information on the system updated at regular intervals. Dashboards are easily configurable with a host of readily available gadgets for you to use and play with. As you can see, these gadgets are then defined by different categories. You also have the ability to download more gadgets should you not find anything that suits your requirements. These dashboards can be used organization-wide or by single individuals, all set through the permissions of the project and dashboard. It seems like we have some time left. Let's run through the defining attributes of Service Desk and how they help the end user and agents respectively. If we go to our project list and choose the ITSM project, it populates us directly into the project. We then open project settings. One of the main functions of the Service Desk is to allow end users to create support tickets based on the type of issues they are facing. Not all service desks will have the same issue or request type. These can be modified here in the project settings. You can add or remove request types. which will remove all the issues related to that specific request type. There is also an option to modify current or create new issues and request types, allowing you to define what information an end user sees and is required to enter when creating the support ticket. As you can see, you have the ability to add fields, make them mandatory or not mandatory. This gives you a wide range of options when building your service desk and allows you to fully customize the look and feel of the end user portal. One of the most important aspects of Service Desk is the application of SLAs, or service level agreements, to the workflows relating to the different issue types. Different issues will require different SLAs. We don't want someone creating a task with a 1-hour SLA to resolution. This is where Atlassian Service Desk excels. You have the capability to define your SLA depending on the status of your issue: resolution, response, or close. SLAs can be started, stopped, or paused depending on your requirements. SLAs are further customizable by applying a calendar to the SLA. In doing so, the SLA will only be applicable during the working hours stipulated. You can also include weekends or public holidays. As you can see, you can define the applicable working hours per day, how many working days per week. This allows you to enhance the ability of your agent to keep in line with the customer's requirements. Moving on to the knowledge base. You have seen this throughout the demonstration, the integration of Atlassian's Confluence platform as our knowledge base. Here, you can choose which Confluence instance you want to integrate with and what spaces and pages the Service Desk will search for articles in. You can also apply labels to the Confluence pages so that certain issues will bring up relevant articles in the Service Desk portal. As you would have seen, the automation rule we processed earlier to close the linked and cloned tickets. These rules can be set up and configured here. You also have the ability to view the logs of the rules to see if there are any exceptions or queries causing the rule not to process correctly. If we view the log of my auto-resolve, you will see that we had a success in auto-resolving the cloned ticket. The portal section allows you to change the naming convention of your Service Desk instance in the Help Center, as well as provide additional information explaining to the end user what the Service Desk is used for. You also have the ability to create notifications, which are like banners on the portal. These are useful for notifying end users of services that are down or any outages that might be affecting your users in any way. Customer satisfaction settings work by sending a brief questionnaire to a customer once the ticket has been resolved. Customers can then rate your service, and that information is then later reported on. You can see below you have the ability to define your satisfaction query to your end users. Customer permissions allow you to define the level of security your end user portal has. This allows you to give access to the general public, named users, or only specific individuals. A very useful section when having a customer-facing portal that is open to spamming and bots. Using email settings, we can define an email address used by the portal, which will automate the creation of tickets. We can define what incoming email address is allowed, as well as what type of issue the email will create. This is usually one email that can be selected per a project. You can then define email aliases, which will point to the specific email address, which will then come through to the service desk and create the issue in question. Finally, we have customer notifications. As you can see, there are some default rules Jira will use, and custom rules that can be added via the automation module. These rules automate the notifications sent to customers at different stages of the ticket. Most commonly used notifications are usually notification on comment, the change in status or resolution of that ticket in question. There are a host of other options available to customize your project as you see fit and to make it fall in line with your requirements as well as your customers. But that was a very brief overview of Atlassian's ITSM solution and how it can assist you with your IT service management in your organization. Thank you everybody for your time today, and please let us know if you have any questions. Anthony, back to you.